Welcome to Marketing in Your Car, the podcast for funnel hackers everywhere. You are now part of a small group of underground entrepreneurs who are trying to change the world through the products and the services that we believe in. But because we don't rely on venture capitalists, we don't have financial safety nets. So we have to do things differently. We have to do things smarter. We do that through an art and a science that we call funnel hacking. Now, this podcast will give you a glimpse at the daily life of a funnel hacker. So let's get started. Hey everyone, this is Russell Brunson. Welcome to Marketing in Your Car. I feel bad. This is like 3 podcasts. Almost in a row where I haven't actually been in my car. I feel like I'm a fraud or a sham or something. I don't know. But I'm at the office right now, and it's kind of a bittersweet day. We are packing up the office. All my books are no longer on the bookshelf. They're in boxes. Most of my courses I either threw away or my brother Scott took them and is turning them into audiobook files so I can listen to them in my phone. And we threw away literally an entire dumpster full of CDs and DVDs and courses. And it's a little emotional, I'm not going to lie, but we're going to survive. And a few minutes ago, we drove over to the new office and we saw it, and everything's going put together, and it's so exciting. Like, we have glass walls, which look super cool, and we have our own bathroom, which may seem lame to you guys, but it's so exciting for us. Like, because I've rented a lot of offices. This is the first that we've actually owned, which is so exciting. So, like, those bathrooms are actually my bathrooms. Well, I guess there are bathrooms. No, I paid for it. They're freaking my bathrooms. Just kidding. All right, so as we're packing stuff up, right, I'm putting, and I have to decide, like, what goes in the garbage and what gets saved. And so I'm throwing away things with tears in my eyes as I'm like, hoarder Russell, because I'm totally an info product hoarder. So I'm throwing away my piles of everything that's built the foundation for our entire company, as if it doesn't matter, even though it does. And we're throwing these things away, right? And but some things I'm like, nah, can't throw that away. That's got to stay. And so I've got this binder here sitting on the floor. I just looked at it, and I looked at it, and it made me smile for a couple reasons. So first off, it's from Frank Kern. So Frank's stuff's always fun. I always love his stuff. But it's a binder, and on the outside of the binder it says $32,800,000 swipe file. And so anyway, so I grab it and I open it up, and inside there's 4 booklets. There's one book that says The Annihilation Method, one that says StomperNet, one that says Pipeline Profits, and one that says Serializer. And when you open up these little booklets, guess what's inside? The only thing inside is half a paragraph explaining what this is, and then it's the emails that he sent out during this product launch. So it's just copy and pasted all the emails. And I started laughing because this is part of a product that I don't really spend on it, but it's part of $1,000 or maybe it's a $2,000 course. And this is the big piece was the swipe file books. It had swipe files from 4 campaigns that each of them combined made $23.8 million. But they're the swipe files, right? And what's hilarious about this, if you think about it, is if you were on Frank's or anyone's list at the time during this thing happening, you got these emails for free. And they came in your inbox, and they didn't cost you anything, and you already got them. And yet, fast forward a year, and all of a sudden you say, these emails made $23.8 million, and suddenly people pay you $1,000 to read those emails. The same emails that were already in your inbox. In fact, they probably are in the inbox. Like, that's what's so funny. And so I started thinking about this because people join my list for what reason? They want to learn marketing, right? And so they join my list, and they want to learn marketing, and they want to learn stuff, and they want to figure out how to sell their products and services better. And they're on there, and they're getting the emails, and then people unsubscribe, right? And then I read I don't do it often because it stresses me out, makes me, whatever. So I look at it, and there's comments, and they're like, why did you unsubscribe? It's like, Russell sends too many emails. All he does is try to sell me stuff. Russell always, whatever, like, he's trying to get me to go to another webinar, or like, whatever, right? He keeps talking about ClickFunnels. And it makes me laugh because, like, if I fast forward like a year from now and I take all those emails and I put them in a binder, I could sell them to the same people for $1,000. Like, here's the sequence that I sent out that made us $1 million, and they'd be like, oh, and they're all excited because they want to buy it. But the reality is, like, you're joining my list or other marketers' list to learn how to market. Why are you getting offended about their marketing? Like, that's why you signed up for the first place. Like, yes, you can go and buy their products and you will learn from that. But I learned more from watching the process. That's what we talk about funnel hacking, right? Like, watch the process of what people are doing, and that is worth its weight in gold. Like, usually that is worth more than the product. Okay, I can't tell you how many hundreds of thousands of dollars of products I've bought and never went through the product, yet in my mind completely justified the entire cost because I got to see the sales videos on each page. I saw the upsells and the downsells, and I saw those things. I saw the email sequences they sent to me later And all those things came into my head, and I started learning them and understanding them. And then my next email sequence, I'm like, oh, remember when Frank did this on email 3? I'm going to do that on my next email. Oh, remember when so-and-so did this? And we start looking at those things and tweaking them based on what we're learning, right? And so I just want to say, for you guys who are trying to learn marketing, first off, step number 1, do not be offended by marketing. Because that's the whole point. Like, you can't be offended by what you're doing. Second thing, those emails or Facebook Lives or things that are bugging you that, like, right now you're like, man, they keep doing these things. Those might be the same case studies that next year you're buying for $1,000. And so you should watch the process, watch what's working. And if somebody's doing something consistently, it's probably working really well. If they do it for a little bit and then stop, it probably isn't working. So that was my message for today. As I was looking through this, I was just kind of smiling, thinking about these emails. If I search my email inbox from whenever these campaigns were 7 or 8 years ago, I guarantee they're all in my inbox still. Yet I paid $1,000 to get the booklet of them because of the result they got. Okay, so this is kind of two tiers. So number 1 is, again, don't get upset when people are marketing to you. Take that and learn from it. Add it to your swipe files, funnel hacking files, whatever you want to call it. And then number 2 is think about the byproduct of what you guys are doing in your business. People will pay to see what's working, right, for the marketing of your business. Okay, when we had our supplement company, we had the info product companies, all the other stuff we were doing before we created like 108 Split Test book. Like, that book was just, here's all of the things we were doing. Here's the case study of the ads we ran, what worked here, and that's what we showed people. I was watching the other day one of our Facebook ads. Some of you guys probably saw it. There's a video of me promoting the 108 Split Test book, and it's like I got 2 pictures. I got a picture of like one webinar registration page and another one. I was like, which one's webinar registration page do you think wins? One of them out-converted the other one by whatever. And the ugly one won, right? And I was reading the comments from all these people who were posting like, that was not a true split test. You split tested wrong, blah, blah, and like yelling at me because I didn't split test the right way, and the way that they think split testing should happen is completely wrong. Because they're like, you have to have the exact same copy, exact same thing, only change one element at a time. And I was like, okay, well, that's true like on the second or third tier of a split test. But like, where are you at in your business right now? Like you, anyway, I just wanted like, in fact, I was talking about this earlier with these guys here in the office. One of my friends, Matt Basak, I remember I used to hear him speak, and he had a rule. He called it the piles of cash rule. And he's like, whenever I'm looking at someone and they give me advice, I look at the size of their pile of cash. And if it's bigger than my pile of cash, I take their advice. If it's smaller, I ignore them. And I want to go back to these guys and just be like, okay, so you're telling me my split testing process is wrong. I just want you to look at your pile of cash real quick. And if it's bigger than mine, cool, like I'm wrong. But if it's not, like maybe you should learn, instead of complaining in the comments of my Facebook ad, maybe you should be like, why would Russell do that? Why does he has 2 completely different layouts first before he goes into headline tweaks and the little tiny tweaks that we typically do on our split testing? Okay, it's like, well, number 1 is because, and I've talked about this before in the podcast, like when we're doing split testing, level number 1 is not headline tweaks and tests. It's radical shifts. So it's one page design versus a completely different page design. That's the first thing I'm going. Then from there, I have to figure out the right page design that's going to have the highest conversion. Then we go deeper into the copy, the elements, the images, like all the other pieces we get deeper and deeper and deeper in. But it starts with 2 radically different looks and feel. And that's like the key to, in my mind, because if I would have done, and that split test specifically, if I would have done it the way that they were suggesting, I would have picked the one that was the loser, and I would have started split testing headlines of the loser. And I don't care how long I try to, what do they say? You can't polish a turd. Like I could have kept polishing that thing forever, and 15 years from now, I never had a winner. But instead, I had 2 radically different things. I found out, wow, this direction is dramatically better than that one. Now I've got this nice shiny diamond, and then I can start going in there and like chiseling away and making it perfect. Okay, and so like, not that the message of this podcast is not teaching us split testing, but it's teaching you like, don't get offended people marketing. Don't leave comments about like how you're frustrated about something that you don't understand because it's not the way you would do it, because maybe you're wrong. Maybe somebody else isn't. And and I also want to drop the whole piles of cash rule because I think that it's a good rule for everyone to live by. So with that said, thank you, Matt Basak, for that idea. I'm going to come back to that and start sharing that more often with people. Look at where and how you're getting your advice from. Follow the piles of cash. That said, you guys, appreciate you all. Remember the big piles of cash rule. Look and take advice from those whose are bigger than yours, and those who are smaller, don't pay attention right now because it'll save you a lot of time and frustration and headaches. So there you go, guys. Appreciate you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the behind-the-scenes look at our funnel hacking project. You can also watch the Funnel Hacker online reality show and watch us build and launch funnels live at www.funnelhacker.tv. If you'd like to come hang out with your fellow funnel hackers, come join our Facebook group at www.projectclickfunnels.com. Oh yeah, and don't forget, you can get a free MP3 player with the first 257 episodes preloaded at marketinginyourcar.com. Join us next time, and remember, you're just one funnel away from your dreams.